All right, I discovered something this morning which is really exciting for me. You probably heard of this story. In Second Kings, there are some bears that come out of the woods and tear up these boys. Now, a lot of people's like, well, it was so wrong and why and this and that, but we're going to clear it up today. So here's the story. It says, the prophet Elijah was going up. These young boys jeered at him saying, "Go up, you bald head, go up, you bald head." And he turned around, and when he saw them, he cursed them in the name of the Lord. And 2 she-bears came out of the woods and tore the 42 boys. Now, it sounds crazy. Why would that happen? But here, we got to go back, all right? Here's a question to ask yourself as we continue. Why were the boys out in the middle of the woods by themselves in the first place? Why were there 42 boys out, doing that thing? So, to understand in full context, you have to turn to Leviticus 26 in the law. Now, in 26, God lists blessing and he lists curses for disobedience. So starting in 16, listen to this. Actually, starting in 15, he says, "If you spurn my statutes and if your soul abhors my rules, so that you will not do all my commandments but break my covenant, then I'll do this to you. I will visit you with panic, with wasting disease and fever that consume the eyes and make the heart ache." That's the first curse that he says. Listen, we're going to go down to 18. He says, "And if in spite of this you will not listen to me, then I'll discipline you again sevenfold for your sins, and I'll break the pride of your power, and I'll make your heavens like iron and your earth like bronze." Continue. So that was the second one. Listen to the third one. Then he says in 21, "Then if you'll walk contrary to me and will not listen to me, I'll continue striking you," right? "Sevenfold for your sins, and I will let loose the wild beast against you, which shall bereave you of your children." So there it is. So this was the third part of the curse for the parents not listening. So whoever these parents were in Israel, not listening, not doing what they were supposed to do, they're obviously going against the Lord. And this is the third part of the curse where we see, and boom, you have these kids. Because if the kids were trained up, think about this. If the kids were trained up in the Lord to honor the prophet, honor the man of God, would they have been out there, one, talking trash, calling them bald head and all that? And why were they out there by themselves? No, it wouldn't have happened. So, again, back to the parents, it is them. And God promised this would happen. But if they would have listened, this never would have happened. Those 42 boys would have never got torn up by the bears. So, again, God never does anything without cause, right? And the prophets didn't do anything without cause. True prophets of God. So I hope this blesses you. And now you have the context of why.